All right, Jay Robinson, NCAA Championships, 5 seniors coming in. Can you just talk about your team and, what you hope for them to achieve and their expectations this weekend?
Well, I think they're pretty excited. I mean, it's the word that every coach uses. They're excited to be here. It's the culmination of the season. It's the end. And so they're here. For us, we have 5 seniors, and probably more important for them, it's a deadline. It's a time for them they have to produce this year. So, and I think it's an exciting time that way, is that they're looking forward to it. They know what they have to do. And so we just have to do it.
So what is it going to take for guys like Ness, Dardanes, who've been there, close, but just to get over that hump and get a title?
Well, I think that it's the consistency of the tournament, right? It's when you get it here, is you got to go match by match. I mean, if you look at every weight class, every round is going to be a hard round, and that's where consistency comes in. And then you have to have focus. You got to have focus for those 7 minutes. It doesn't make any difference what else is going on in the tournament or who's winning or who's losing. You got to take care of yourself. And all coaches, I think, probably say the same thing, is you got to be a little bit selfish when you come here. You got to take care of yourself, especially emotionally. What do you need? Where do you need to be? How do you prepare? And all those things. And if you do those things, then you have to go out there and you got to wrestle for 7 minutes with the idea of you got to take risk, because that's where the reward comes from. And that's the way that you have to look at it. You have to realize that, you have to produce. You have to win, right? You have to inflict your will on the other guy. You have to take something away that he wants just as much as you. And that's what it comes down to.
So, you guys have had ups and downs this season, obviously, like every team, but definitely have the firepower to win a national title. What do you see has to get done? Who has to step up outside of the Nesses and the,
Well, obviously everything comes back to our 5 seniors. That's what everybody talks to. But then there's 3 other guys here. Ethan Lizak, that nobody thought would come through, that we pulled him out of a red shirt. What are we doing to him? But then he qualifies for the national tournament. Okay, Farr and Krales, they're both good enough to be All-Americans. They got to come through. So, everybody has to do what they're supposed to do when they come here, and a little bit more. Is that it's not only a wrestling to your seeds, it's wrestling above them. Okay, the tournament is not about placing, and it's not about winning. It's about performing. You have to perform when you come here. You're like an actor on a stage. This is the opening night. This is it. You can't flub your lines, right? Okay, the whole audience is watching, right? And you only get one shot at it, and that's what they have to do. They have one shot, 5 times in a row. If they do that, get to the finals, and all the other stuff will take care of itself.
And you feel like guys are prepared, ready to roll?
They're ready. They're ready. They're ready because they know what's at stake, right? Now that what they have to do, everybody knows what's at stake, but now what they have to do is they have to do it. Okay, there gets to be a point to where you can talk about the national tournament. You talk about it, getting ready for the national, getting ready for the national, getting ready. Well, now it's here. Now it's time, right? There's no other time. So the curtain's going to open here, tomorrow morning, and you got to be ready.
Right. Just last thing, you talk about this group of seniors, these 5 guys, what they mean in the program, what's special about them, sets them apart.
Well, I think that they came in, and their desire was to win a national title individually as well as a team, and none of them have got there yet. They've gotten close. Some of the other coaches have talked about points, and points matter, and it does. I got an email from one of our 2-time national champions, Tim Hartung, and he said the very last thing he said is remind them, okay, how every point counts, because he was on a team that lost it by 2 points, and he said if we went back and we wrestled the tournament all over in '99 and everybody knew that 2 points would make the difference, he said it would have been a different tournament. That's the way you have to be ready for it. You got to make every point count.
Awesome. Well, appreciate your time, Coach.
You bet.